the Hershey's chocolate bars for our s'mores assembly. So you're going to insert a new Part Studio tab, just like on the project document says, and you're going to rename it Hershey's. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So you're going to make a sketch on the top plane. Look at things from the top. We're going to create a center point rectangle, starting at the origin. And that rectangle is going to be 2.4 inches by 1.1 inches wide. We're going to rename this chocolate bar. And you're going to hit the green check. Now I'm going to look at things from an isometric view. I am now going to extrude my chocolate bar up so we can make it 3D. And I want that to be 0.2 inches thick. And we're going to also rename that chocolate bar. Okay, so now we're going to make another sketch. So we're going to make this look more realistic. So I'm going to make a sketch. I'm going to make that on the top of the chocolate bar. And I'm going to offset the outside of the bar. So we're going to use the offset tool. And I want to click all sides of the chocolate bar that we have existing. I want to offset it from the inside, so I click the arrow. And I want that offset to be 0.2 inches. And I'm going to rename that intersection. And hit the green check. I am now going to remove the intersection slightly. Again, we're trying to make it more realistic. So I'm going to remove it down in the down direction, 0.05 inches. And I'm going to also rename that intersection and do the green check. Okay, so the next thing we need to do on the classic iconic Hershey's chocolate bar is write the Hershey's logo. So I'm going to make a new sketch, and I'm going to make that on the face of the intersection. Should say face of intersection if you're naming it like I did. Okay, now I'm going to choose the text tool. We haven't used the text tool yet, so what you do is you click and drag to create a text box, and make sure that you chose this particular font because it looks as closely realistic to the Hershey's font as we can get. So I'm going to write Hershey's in all caps and hit the green check. Now when I hit the green check, obviously it's a little too big for our area, so I'm going to dimension the construction line of the Hershey's logo to 2 inches. And now I'm going to grab the corner of it and move it so it's close in the center of our chocolate bar. I'm going to use the symmetric constraint, and I want the top of the logo to be symmetric to our center line here. If it decides it's going to load. Let's do that one more time because I don't know if it actually went on there. Okay, so now I did that. So I clicked the construction line, our center line, and then the second construction line, and it turned black, and you want these dots to be as close to the outer line of our intersection as possible. Okay, before I do anything, I'm going to rename this logo and hit the green check. Now I'm going to extrude, and I'm going to extrude my logo sketch. And I'm going to extrude that text up 0.1 inches and rename it logo and hit the green check. And now we have that iconic Hershey's logo. So I did this originally, and then I looked another time at the Hershey's bar and what it actually looked like, and I feel like I needed to add something, so we're going to add something next again to make it as realistic as possible. So you're going to make a new sketch, and we're going to make that on the face of the chocolate bar. I am then going to offset again, but this time I'm going to offset the lines of the intersection. So I'm clicking all 4 lines of this inner rectangle, and I want to extrude it out 0.1 inches. Okay, and I'm going to rename this outer detail. And I'm going to extrude that outer detail, so I'm going to click on that area. It should highlight orange, and I'm going to extrude that up 0.05 inches and rename that outer detail. Hit the green check. Now, looks pretty realistic, but the Hershey's bar, they're not perfectly square on the edges, so we're going to do a little fillet. So I'm going to choose fillet. I'm going to choose, I'm just going to move this to the side. I'm going to choose each of these vertical edges on all four corners of my Hershey's bar. Okay, and then last but not least, this last corner. And I already set this because I did this already, but your radius should be 0.025 inches. And hit the green check. And then that's our bar. Obviously, this is part of the rubric that you guys should do yourself, but we're going to rename this Hershey's bar. And we're going to edit the appearance to try to get it like a realistic Hershey bar.